Hey, welcome back to A Little Bit of Life with Bryce Briggs. So, I'm coming to you today with some thoughts on recent events. It's also been arising in me, and I was taking notice of in my own life, and what that is just realizing how I am creating my own life where I'm at. I'm creating my experience of life, and I'm grateful for where I'm at. Not too often do we take a moment to just be grateful for where we're at, or grateful for what we have. We take everything for granted, it seems like. What seemed to cause this to arise this week is I had several nights of dreaming like I was back in my own hometown in Montana. And all the dreams I had were going back there were just messed up. They were negative and just kind of reminding me why I didn't want to be there. And it's kind of an odd thing to say that I don't want to go back to my hometown. I am grateful for where I'm at. You would have asked me, 10 to 12 years ago, I would have had a different story there. I wanted to go back to Montana really bad. I wanted to get out of Arizona. I was tired of the heat. I've been here for going on 12 years. I'm grateful for my journey. I'm grateful for all the experiences that I had, whether they're, what you call negative or positive ones. They all helped me grow and get where I'm at today, and have the success that I've had today in myself, in my life, in business, whatever the case is. I've went through all my experiences and the choices that I made, some that I, at the time, I could say I wasn't proud of or wasn't happy with, and I could have went on to resent or regret choices. I look at that a lot differently now. I have a different perspective of life and looking back at what I went through. In my last video, I talked about pain, my experience with pain. And even then, I can look back and be grateful for my experience with pain because it taught me a lot and I overcome it. And so I'm grateful for that experience, because otherwise I wouldn't have that experience in overcoming that pain. Also, choices that I made and past relationships I got into, or friendships that didn't work out. I'm grateful for those too, because they taught me, the kind of people I want around me and people I want connected to me. So I was looking at some of the dreams that were coming through, and the people that I no longer have contact with. They were showing up in those dreams, and it's just recognizing they played a role in my life, and I'm grateful for that role that they played, and they may not be in my life anymore, and that's okay. And sometimes realizing that where we're at is for the better, whether we can see that or not. It's all working out for us in the best way possible. We tend to play victim to what's going on in life and what's happening in the world. You can even see that in politics. Yesterday was election day, and you have a lot of people that are very happy with the results, and you also have people that are unhappy with the results. I had my preference going into this election cycle, and that's great and all, and those preferences shown through, but no matter who won, I still recognize that I am responsible for how my life is going, how I choose to show up for myself in my life and create my success, create my joy and my happiness in life. There's no one that's responsible for that. No politician, no form of government is going to bring you happiness and joy and fulfillment. or the life that you want. It's up to you. You take responsibility. And I know there's several people like, well, if so and so wins, we're done for, and we're going to be going out of business because the economy is going to be so bad, or whatever the case is. It's like, well, you can choose to participate in that and believe that, and in believing that, you'll probably experience it because that's the experience you're creating. I've gotten to a point where I choose not to participate. I'm choosing my life, and I'm recognizing I'm responsible moment by moment by moment for my life, how I'm experiencing it. Yeah, life is life, and it's got its ups and downs. It's got things about it we don't prefer, but in the things we don't prefer, we get to learn more about what we do prefer, and find ways that we can create the life that we want. We need those experiences just as much as we need the ones that are positive too. So either way that life would go in that way, whatever politician gets elected, it don't matter in the long run. It doesn't define or determine what my destiny is. It doesn't determine what anyone's destiny is. It's recognizing that you're choosing the life that you're in right here, right now. And that could be triggering to some people. It's like, well, I didn't choose this life. I don't want to live this way. Like, well, what choices did you make to get to where you're at? That's what it comes down to, is taking responsibility for all the choices we made to get to where we're at, and where we're choosing to stay where we're at, and even though we don't like it, we don't like where we're at. Do we even accept ourselves where we're at? And that's another important thing too, is if you're looking externally for life to change your circumstances, or you think things would be better if you get that better job, or if this would happen, my life would be so much better. If this person would be out of my life, it'd be so much better. None of those things are going to make you happy. None of those things are going to change anything, because you're just going to move on to another area or meet another person, and you're still going to have the same experiences unless you change you. All the experiences we're seeing, like how we're viewing life, is through a mirror, and that mirror is us. We're seeing ourselves in life. Whatever's going on inside, we're seeing on the outside. So if you don't like what you see, you're just looking in the mirror. It's a harsh reality, but it's true. We are creating our experience of life. Life is that mirror for us. And we can choose to keep beating the heck out of ourselves in the things we don't prefer, we don't like, which is a valid choice to make. Play the victim. Or we can choose to change how we approach things. Why are we doing what we're doing? Are we even doing things that are important to us? Are we standing in principle, upholding our values? That's our responsibility individually. When it comes to healing in this world, it's not about changing other people or other things. Healing of this world starts on an individual level, where you change you. It's the only person you have the power to change is you. That's been my coming to know, is that I'm the one that I can control. I can create my life. I am 100% responsible for my life. No one else can get me there. No one else can save me. No one else can make me successful. That's on me. So, that being said, looking at my experience of where I've been, the choices that I've made to get to this point where I'm here right now, sitting in front of this camera with these thoughts, I'm grateful for where I'm at. Do I have everything that I want? No. But I'm grateful for everything that I have, and for my experience and what I'm learning about myself in this chapter in my life. It's a great journey, and I'm grateful for it. It's taking a moment every day to see the beauty of life and what I have, and just invoke that gratitude. We just take so much for granted. Take time to be grateful for what you have, and from there, it's easy to build upon that and build the life you want. There's abundance everywhere if you choose to see it. It's not going to matter who's in office or what your circumstances are. You have the power to change how you see things, how you show up for yourself in life. Take your power back. Don't rely on government, politicians, other people for your happiness, your fulfillment. Show up for yourself. Until we see you again, this is Bryce with a little bit of life. Take care.